Hello my friends, today I am going to show off something new that I have from Mobile Pixels. So this is a second screen for my laptop. So as you can see on my laptop, I've got these 4 little magnets. Okay, they're just stuck on with some double stick adhesive that came with the magnets that came with the extra monitor. So I have those on here. So this is, I can just bring my laptop around like I normally do. If I don't want to use the second monitor, it's just here with the magnets on it, and that's all good. So now I'm going to attach my monitor to my computer, and you see these little 4 lines, okay? These little 4 sections here are what are going to stick to the magnets, and it's really easy. It just attaches right on. How I placed the magnets was easy to do as well, because everything you need is in the box with the monitor, and the instructions are really clear, and there's a link you can go to and everything, no problems. Now that I have my screen on my laptop, we can plug it in, and I have this little plug here. This side of the plug plugs into the monitor, the second screen, the second monitor, and this plug plugs into my computer. You can see I can use either one, which is great for me because when I bought this laptop, I forgot to make sure it had several of these regular USB size ports, and it really only has one, which is just annoying. But it has 2 of this size. One I use for the when I need to have it plugged into the power source, plugged into the wall, but the other one is pretty much always free unless I'm charging my phone. So this is perfect. I can use this side. So I plug this end into the monitor over here into my second screen, and I plug this end into my laptop, okay? Now we're going to go ahead and open up my laptop and just make sure those cords are back there, out of my way, no problem. I could have actually plugged that in facing the other direction if I wanted to. Okay, so now I've got my computer on, no problem. And it doesn't really affect anything if the screen is in the back. So if I don't want to use the screen at all, I usually just leave it on the laptop and just don't bother plugging it in. But even if it is plugged in, it's not affecting anything as long as it's still like all closed up and everything. So now I can just open it up if I want to use it. And I give it a little extra pull here. See that? So, and you can see you can slide this, okay? And this actually will wrap all the way around so that it can be on the back of the computer. And that's going to matter. I'll show you why. If you're using Windows, usually the way that you can adjust how this second screen works, or any second screen for that matter, is the window button and the P. Okay? So right now what I have is I have this on duplicate, which means whatever I'm seeing on screen 1, I'm also seeing, or screen A, I think they call them letters. Screen A, I'm also seeing on screen B. This is great, like when I'm shopping with the kids. We're looking for something on Amazon, right? And I don't want them all like both standing behind me, hovering over me, because that just gets really annoying. So what I'll do is I'll open up Amazon, and I'll sit on one side of the table, and I'll flip this screen to the back, just fold it all the way around. So it's on the back of my computer. Have the kids sit on the other side of the table. They can see exactly what I'm looking at without them hovering over me, which is awesome. Okay, so that is duplicate. I can do just PC screen only. Okay, and it's basically ignoring that. I can do the second screen only. Okay, I don't know why you would want to, but maybe you do. Or I can do extend, which basically means they are 2 separate screens, okay? So let's go back to, here we go. And let's say I want to open this second screen on my second screen. All I have to do is drag it. And then if I want it to be full, I make it full. Okay. So this is how I use this second screen most often. I'm just going to show you a couple different things that I tend to do with it. right now, and you can see when I take my mouse, here's my little mouse, and I just slide it over, and when it hits the edge of the screen, it just keeps on going over to this side of the screen. Okay, I don't really know that you can actually see the mouse, but I promise you that is what it did. One common way I use this is if once a week I keep track of my analytics, my various, the metrics for my site or my Facebook or my Pinterest or whatever. And so I put those maybe on a spreadsheet on Google Docs, whoops, which this is open right now, is Google Docs is over here. And then over on this screen, I will open up my actual analytics screen. And then I can type the information on here without constantly having to bounce from one tab to the next. Okay, and I'm sure you can think of many situations in which you've been using your computer and you've had to bounce from one tab to the other, back and forth and back and forth. Well, by putting one on this screen and one on this screen, you're good to go. Other things that I'll use it for sometimes is like when I'm making a pattern. Okay, so let's say this is my That Witch Hat pattern, and let's say that I hadn't made the PDF for the pattern yet. I can have the pattern open over here. Okay, so this is the pattern that I've written, and then what I can do is I can cut and paste from the pattern that I've written into the PDF. So this is just so convenient having two different screens. I absolutely love it. And they're from, like I said, they're from Mobile Pixels. This one has just the one extra screen. They do have another one that has two extra screens, so you can have a total of 3 screens. Works the same way. It's a little bit thicker. You saw how very thin this is, right? You see how thin this is? Most of this is only 1/4 of an inch. Right here where you have the little part that you can grab with your hand and everything, things get a little tiny bit thicker on both of these edges because you need to be able to hold on to them a little bit more and move them as you need to. But it's very, very thin. It weighs like next to nothing. And you can see when it's closed here, we slide it back over this way and then, oops, slide it this way. All right, and just all slides in together. Okay, now for the one that has 3, one would slide out in this direction and the other would slide out in that direction. Okay, so let's, so that is basically how this Mobile Pixels screen works, the second screen. Oh, look, I only had to type in M and up comes Mobile Pixels. I guess I like them, huh? So here you go with 2 screens. This is apparently great for gaming, but I don't game, but that doesn't mean that there's, you know, those of you who don't. Here's some guy in a business meeting looking all important with his extra screens. I always feel extra important with my extra screens. But honestly, it's like, okay, this is what I was, as far as the extra screens go, yes, it kind of makes you feel all important and she and everything. But it's really useful. And this young lady here is doing what I had said before. Everybody on the other side of the table is looking at what she's looking at, which is awesome. Okay, this looks like another kind of gaming idea. You can also get entire little bundles. So this has a foldable keyboard, an extra little camera, a carrying case. There's all sorts of awesomeness that you can get with these guys. I'll put the affiliate link to Mobile Pixels in the text that goes along with this video. And you can see there's tons of little videos, but honestly, you don't need the videos. It's so super simple to use. It really is. So I'm just madly in love with my little extra screen, and you can see here's the screen that shows the 2 of them sliding out. But I am madly, madly in love with my extra screen. It has just made my life so much simpler.